Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome back to the Magpie Channel podcast. Here, a nice cold brewery, so we're warming up.
It's having a nice cold beer.
Keg's warming up with a nice cold beer. I'm all wrapped up, nice and cozy on this cold winter evening. But this isn't the weather report. This is all about Newcastle United and are we back after that big win over Manchester City and a big week ahead as the lads have just trained there in Stade Velodrome over in Marseille. Eddie Howe has just had his press conference as well, so we can run through all that as we look ahead towards another Champions League clash, which we've made look easy so far, really.
Yeah, all right. Well.
Top six in the Champions League, but a solid test tomorrow night in what will be a hostile atmosphere and some very good players for Marseille and De Zerbi, obviously ex-Premier League coach as well. But before we talk Champions League, a couple of transfer rumours, PSR and Everton on Sunday. Let's dive into that. Huge win at St. James's Park on Saturday night. I think I predicted in the podcast, definitely in my preview, that it would be a 2-2 draw. I'm glad I was wrong. I was thinking, stoppage time. We've seen it before with Arsenal this season. We've seen it before with Liverpool at home this season. Last-minute winners for the opposition. Thankfully, that wasn't the case against the Citizens. And we absolutely turned up, Keg, for the first time this season, if I'm being honest with you. I thought that was the best we have played, especially in the Premier League. I thought Spurs in the Carabao was good. Some Champions League performances have been decent, but against one of the best teams in the world, to win convincingly in a game, in my opinion, we should have been 2-3, maybe even 4 in a little half time.
Yeah, I've had some chances like in that first half.
It's a big win, isn't it? It's a big step towards hopefully getting back to Eddie Howe's black and white army that we know and love.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a big statement win because I think we're talking about, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but we mentioned like talking about what away form and like there's no issue in all competitions really at home. The home record's pretty impeccable, bar 3 losses: Barcelona, Liverpool, Arsenal. We only get beat at home by big teams. Yeah. Like even away, to be fair, we haven't really lost anyone big. We lose to the shit teams. I don't even know how big we've played away, to be honest with you. They've all been pretty bang average teams. Not to disrespect anyone. I'm not calling anyone shit by any means. It's the Premier League at the end of the day, but no Arsenals, Liverpool, City, United.
Yeah. In one of the top 6 we did play, first game of the season away at Villa, we should have won. Got an average draw.
Yeah. But like this game, like I think my prediction that we done last week, I said 1-1 optimistically. That was me heart prediction. Me head was probably a defeat, like losing by a goal. I didn't think we would get smashed. I think a lot of people would have had we're getting absolutely pumped because of the form Haaland's been on. I think people would have had him to score 5. Something like that, and would get absolutely battered. Yeah. But yeah, I thought realistically we'd probably lose, probably in a similar fashion to how we did against Liverpool, Arsenal, even Barcelona. I know we were 2-0 down and pulled one back, but they were all by a single goal. We haven't been heavily beaten at home in any competition this season. It's all been by a single goal to some of the best teams in the world, certainly in the Premier League at least anyway, and then Barcelona. So that's kind of how I've seen it going. But like I say, first half, like Barnes could have had a brace in the first half. I ain't got one in the second half, but he could have had one in the first half as well.
I like what Barnes said just quickly on that. I don't know if you've seen his post-match interview, but he said, like, I don't think I was the most popular person in the ground at half time, but I wanted to go out there and change that. And he did, to be fair. I mean, you're right. Like, within that first 30 seconds a minute, when he just passes it straight to Donnarumma, you think, are you really wasting a chance like that against City?
Could have been a better chance.
You have to do
it was the other one at the back post, and how he missed that.
It was harder to miss, sure.
It was like such good play and all. Through ball down the right-hand channel. Was it Bruno into Murphy? And then Murphy fizzed it across at the back post, and like I say, it was probably harder to miss. So yeah, he definitely would have been a frustrating figure in St. James's Park at halftime, I'm sure. But yeah, made up for it. More than made up for it. To keep City at bay the way that we did, come away with 3 points. I would have taken 1 point, but the fact that we got all 3 points. And I felt like it was going to kind of go that way. Like, we got the goal and then bang, straight away equaliser. I was like, there it is. Probably going to lose this 2-1, aren't we? I just felt like it was just going to go that way. We're on a high for about 30 seconds. Bang, equaliser. Then they're probably going to score again, but probably in the 4th minute or something
I
like
thought
that.
that. I definitely thought that.
But to be fair, like we bounced back. It was 3 goals in quick succession. Like we didn't let the equaliser get the better of us. It was only a couple of minutes after that. So I don't know what the exact minutes were that they were scored, but it must have been within 5 to 10 minutes that all 3 goals went in.
Diaz equalised after 4 minutes, and I don't know what it was after.
It wasn't long. It was just a couple of minutes. Yeah.
It was a mad old 10-15 minutes.
It was, wasn't it?
It was.
I still feel like that was not a goal, though. I thought it might have been 2-2.
Same.
Yeah, but yeah, like the fact that we held on against a team like City on the run that we've been on, it's been a little bit hitty-missy, and the run that they've been on, it's been pretty good. Just like even if we got a 1-1, 2-2, it would have been absolutely fine. No one would have complained. The way that we played first half, we'll miss some chances, and if we did get a point, you'd grumble and be like, "Oh, I can't believe Barnes missed that chance," or blah blah blah. But yeah, we've seen it through. Great professionalism. I thought every single player to a man was brilliant. And City weren't at all bad. We were just better and deserved the 3 points.
Mentioned obviously Harvey Barnes getting that chance early doors, and that was due to the intensity and the press finally being back. Like, how long have we?
The best thing that we're good at.
We haven't been doing like 3 months, really.
Why aren't your results coming? Like, why have you been playing so bad? Or, that thing that we're meant at. Just stop doing that for absolutely no reason.
I had any energy. Couldn't be asked. And it was since Isak left, I've never seen us press it out. And yes, Voldemort is not the quickest, but he was still trying, of course, to do it. The wingers were chipping in more, not only in goals, but in that energy. And then, of course, the midfield as well. You'd always see Sandro going for it. And then the likes of Lewis Hall and stuff getting involved, pushing the team further up the field as well. And I think maybe caught Man City by surprise, but because we hadn't done it for so long, it was just good. It was so good to see it back. Because within 10 minutes, I was like, this is Eddie Howe's team. This is the side that won us the cup.
The identity of an Eddie Howe team. You press, like you've got mad intensity. You're running all over the field. You're covering miles. Your midfielders are going everywhere. But that high press is what's worked so well for the past 3-4 years. It is crazy that we haven't really been playing it. But I think he has been maybe trying to fiddle with a new identity, kind of trying to change. Obviously, Voldemort isn't Isak. So he's not the fastest. His style's a little bit different, and he likes to drop back and stuff and kind of help out with the midfield. Alanga hasn't really quite worked himself. Gordon hasn't really quite worked himself. There's just, and obviously Hall and Tino's have both been big misses. The team has changed a lot with the personnel, and I think Eddie's tried to adapt to that by trying to sort something different out. And I get it. I know we've been saying that the press has been working for the last 3-4 years, but you kind of you kind of got to move with the times. Like Fergie never played the exact same way for fucking 25 years or whatever it was he? You've got to move with the modern times. Like Guardiola is always changing formation and trying new sexy stuff. Some things work, some things don't. What was he playing a couple of years ago? That was a 4-2-4-1 or something like that. I've never seen that formation before in my life. You had a centre back playing DM.
John Stones.
He was playing DM. Him and Rodri were playing DM. You had 4 across. You have 4 attacking midfielders with Haaland up front. I'm like, what are you doing? That's the maddest formation I've ever seen, but it worked for a time. He doesn't do it anymore, but that's kind of how you move on modern football. But it's got to work. You kind of bang a square peg into a round hole. It's got to work. Eddie Howe's formation and tactics have worked so well over the past few years. This one hasn't, and there's no problem with reverting back. Do what works, and it does work. Even though teams can probably prepare for it and know that it's coming, still doesn't really help them. We've still battered teams like Tottenham, and Tottenham always try and play out from the back, even though we press them high and batter them every year. Have you not realised by now that you can't really do that against us?
And that's why Postecoglou was out of a job.
Yeah, you change. You're just so much better just pumping it.
That's the only time he did change. They won the final. He scored an early goal and he sat back. He didn't learn his lesson. But you're right. You've got to evolve. You've got to improve and grow, because if you didn't, then you'd be a bloody dinosaur like Big Sam and Big Brucey. And that's why them two are out of jobs.
Dicey ball 4-4-2.
Well, big up Dicey for the old win over Liverpool this weekend. I tell you what a day Saturday was. Liverpool getting bad. Isak started, got battered at home to Forest. The Macklams brought back down to earth with a loss away to Fulham. And then Newcastle go and stun everyone and beat Man City. Yeah. So it was a canny, good weekend in my eyes.
It wasn't bad, man.
So part of that intensity in the press was obviously the return of the fullbacks, which we said in the podcast last week. The title is Eddie Howe under pressure, and it was kind of well, from some people he certainly is. If you watch other things and you look online and whatnot, and mainstream media as well, to be honest. But I said last week and stuff about the fullbacks. Let's judge it when those are back, when we can get back to that style of play, when we have some sort of momentum and style of play what we can use to our advantage with the energetic young fullbacks, when you're not playing 34 and 35-year-olds of fullbacks, especially Dan Burn out of position 3 games a week and all the rest of it. Once you get them back, and especially when you get, hopefully, Wissa back at some point this, I didn't say this yet, to be honest, but this season, by Easter would be nice. At this point, dear me, that's when you have to judge, when he has got options. Because, we're struggling massively, and the impact of Hall and Tino was huge. I mean, the difference from the off and throughout the whole game, to be honest. Because even when we had to bring Hall off with a bit of cramp, you've seen it. Obviously, Murphy went to left wing back, went to back 5, and I thought,
I know.
That's when I was going to give Howe a bit, because I was a bit
when Butland came on, I was like, what we're doing here? What's going on?
Sitting back too much, inviting it. That's why I thought like an inevitable 96-minute winner was going to happen. Because it was like, backs against the wall type of thing. But thankfully it didn't. But when those 2 fullbacks, which honestly are unbelievable, some of the best in the world for me, some of the best in the league,
forgot.
Especially Tino.
And Lewis Hall.
When I seen Lewis Hall, I was like, wow, how much we've missed him. Livramento, I've been singing his praises for years. Even when we signed him, people were like, 40 million. But I was studying in Southampton at the time when he was playing at Southampton. And I went to a lot of Southampton games because it was cheap. And it was a Friday night. You can't watch him against Villa for like tenner, the student ticket. So I'd be like, and all them would be singing Tino on the ground. And I'd be like, why are you singing so much about right back?
He was like 18, 19 or something at the time.
And I was like, wow, you must be really shit if you sing about Tino. And now you've got Adam Armstrong up front, and you're singing about Tino, but then all them were saying it, and I was watching, I was like, holy shit, he is good. And when he was Academy Player of the Year at Chelsea, and Lewis Hall were getting them sort of accolades as well, then you realise when they're back, just the difference they make. And, fair play to Trippier and Burn. I think the quality players, legends of the club, but more so Burn playing paid out of position so often, getting dragged about the gaff. When you've got Howe back there, who's progressive, and you've got Tino Livramento as well, who was just on top of his game. Should be England's right back for me. He probably will be, to be honest, because of injuries and stuff.
Yeah, now he's going to showcase himself because obviously he's missed the last few camps through injury.
Yeah.
And I keep saying like Dream 11s and stuff, and I'm seeing a lot of Reece James.
James hasn't been solid or consistent since 2017 or something.
Guaranteed he'll be injured anyway. So
he's brilliant on his day, but how often is he injured, man?
I was still going to be saying like Kyle Walker's in starting 11s. Fucking Gary Neville. Like, what's going on?
Last week was saying he's still in the frame. I'd be retired, but if I get the call, I'll answer it.
Trippier, Trent, Wan-Bissaka. Like it's a heavy lineup, to be fair. Like
you forget about Trent.
We're not short of a right back, but honestly, the future is Tino. Even if he doesn't start, like, he's still quite young. But it's got to be his spot for the next few years. Like Walker's probably due to retire soon. Trippier he teetered on a potential return on a Wednesday night. Like James is always injured. Trent's hitty-missy. Yeah, Tino's just immense, man. He's so fucking good.
It is. And when you see players finally overlapping and offering that support, but I feel so much better defensively, but offensive as well. Like going forward, I've just got way more confidence in the team. I just think the balance is there to be seen as well. Like the balance is so important, and we did look. It might have only been 2 positions, and you think, if you're missing a striker or your midfielder or a keeper or something, you think, we're not good. But with fullbacks, it shows how pivotal they are to us.
They're probably an underrated position now, because you think, we're missing our fullbacks, so what? You think we're missing Bruno Tonali or a striker or a winger, one of like the attacking positions. You think it's a big problem. Fullbacks, it's no worries, man. But
you think the fullbacks is like old school, you think, you miss a Gary Neville, no one's going to miss him. You know what I mean?
Stick West Brom there, something like that.
Stick John O'Shea there, he'll do a job. But when you've got how important they are now at this day and age, it's massive, man. I was so pleased to see them back, and hopefully
they were honestly so good. Yeah, it was really refreshing to have them back. Because I genuinely did forget, because and I know while form and stuff hasn't been great this season, but I never really felt like Trippier or Burns put a foot wrong. Like for them both being like 34 plus, Trippier 35 or whatever he is. Burn playing out of position and whatnot. And I never felt like they've done a bad job, and I can't really pinpoint a bad game that they've had, bar Burns' last game where he got sent off. But yeah, I felt like when Hall's come back, because he's been back in and around the first team for a good few weeks now, it's just been kind of getting proper shaking the injury off 100% and getting back to match fitness and stuff. When he's come on, he hasn't really made that much of an impact. I felt like he's looked all right in a couple of his cameos, but hasn't really had enough time to impact the game. But yeah, against big fish against the Man City, and then both coming back, and Eddie Howe, I'm not playing fucking poker with that cunt. he proper undersold both of them. Because like he always proper bullshits the media, doesn't he? He never gives anything away. He never shows his hand in these press conferences with player personnel. No. Oh, such and such is going to be injured. Bang, start 11 again. But like, especially
Gordon should be okay. Gordon is tomorrow.
But especially with Tino though, because like with Hall, like I said, he's been in and around the starting the team for a good few weeks now. With Burns suspension, you felt he was going to start, but even with his press conference, he was never really like committal to it. He was like, "Oh, he's making his way back." Like, I mean, now that he's been making his way back for weeks. But he said the same thing with Tino. You said it in the same breath, like Tino and Lewis, they're working their way back. And I thought, well, Hall has to play because we haven't got another left back. But Tino, and this is at the time where we didn't know Trippier was injured.
Yeah,
like, he never mentioned him in his press conference.
Hasn't travelled to Marseille.
We see him on Wednesday, and there was no mention of it then. So. Trippier had not been in the squad, and Kraft as well. Kraft wasn't in the squad. Both of them were completely out of the blue, and then next thing you know, Tino's starting. It's like, fuck.
Played the full night.
No, I couldn't believe that they were both in the starting 11. Like Hall, I expected, but Tino, I thought he'd be lucky to make the bench. He played 90 minutes.
Classic.
Classic Eddie Howe shithousery. It was brilliant, but yeah, like it was a pleasant surprise. And against a big team like Man City, I thought it was maybe a bit of a big ask. I thought, are they both ready, especially Tino, to play against a team like this? I was like, I could come back and bite one in the arse. But
worked out
so well, yeah.
Tino might have been turning up for Pep City, if you believe the media. We'll touch on that rumour in the show later on. But on the rest of the defence, then, shout out as well, honourably to Fabian Schär, who stepped in out the cold.
That wasn't that bit of a surprise.
He hasn't played in a while, to be honest with you.
Being benched.
Botman and Chow were very much amongst the starters, so Shaw came up and did well. But Malik Chow has to take the headlines. He did his press conference for the first time as a Newcastle player, I believe, in Marseille tonight, and he said that he was following Newcastle for 2 years before they signed him.
A while ago,
exactly. So I think as soon as you had a little rumour mill, little sniff, his agent like, might be in for your mind. He'd been watching him non-stop, and he says he couldn't have been happier with the move. So happy that he chose Newcastle, and he's always wanted to play in the Premier League, and playing the Premier League incredibly well he has done, because honestly, man, the way everyone,
he's insane,
and rightfully so, was talking up Erling Haaland because his goal record is insane. He was on 99, so all the narrative was like he's going to join the 100 club and he's going to beat Shearer's record.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. He's meant to hit the 100 club on Saturday.
Wait, didn't he?
Did you?
And he didn't, thanks to Chow, to be honest, because Chow had him, and still does, in his back pocket. I think
he's in Marseille,
actually in France at the minute. Yeah. Not sure if Man City are home and away in the Champions League this week, but it doesn't matter because he's currently fighting on the streets of Marseille as Haaland in his Man City shirt, because Chow still has him firmly tucked away in his back pocket. What a performance that is by him, and what a signing he has turned out to be.
Really is,
and you know what? I don't want to go too heavy or too hard on either side of the fence, because when people are slating the Whistler deal, I'm like, well, he hasn't even played yet. He's injured. It's not like he wants to be injured.
Yeah.
So let's
not like he's been shit.
Let's not take the piss too much. I know it was a lot of money, and I know he's 29, but come on, let's give him a chance.
Yeah.
And the same with Chow, because he's been here a couple months. We can't say, he's best thing in the world, you know what I mean? Best defender ever. Because he's had a good 2-3 months. You have to do it consistently. It'll be the same when Whistler comes back. So we have to be wary of that for me. But so far, so bloody good.
Yeah. And like, I've got to admit, like, I hadn't really seen loads of him. Like, I knew of him because of our links in previous years. But yeah, like actually watching him play, I can't really say that I've seen a lot of him. Didn't really know his game too much, bar the name and where he played. But like, even when we signed him, that was a bit like some like conflicting reports. Like loads of like AC Milan fans were saying like, shit. Like, and I seen like a reel of like all of like his mistakes and like how like bad he was, like didn't do this well, or came out too far, or missed a tackle, or got a silly yellow card, or something bad. Like, and like when I seen that, and I seen all the AC Milan fans saying that they've absolutely fleeced with for the fee, I was thinking, fuck.
They wanted to let him go, which is weird. No,
I don't get what happened, unless his head was turned by Newcastle after them links.
Might have been. And to be fair, different players suit different leagues, so
yeah, they do. And that was the thing. Like, he's young. Like, the Premier League is the hardest league in the world for me. I think a German playing in Italy, coming to England, like young, like has he got what it takes? He wasn't really in the Germany team. Like, he's got German caps, but up until recently, he hasn't been getting selected. So I was thinking, like, we might have fucked up. Yeah, like I think it was maybe a bit of a panic buy. Like we needed a right side centre back. We missed out on a few targets. Gahey, we were linked with Scalvini and
oh god,
Scalvini. That was a long list.
Hoyson,
that's a bloody list that we missed out on. So yeah, for me it felt like a little bit of a,
be like 5th choice.
Yeah, for me it felt like a little bit of a panic buy. Like, and we maybe overpaid. Like AC Milan fans clearly didn't fancy him. He wasn't in the German team, so I was thinking, I think he's going to be shite, mate. I really thought he was going to be an absolute flop, but I'm so pleased that he's turned out well, and now he's looking like a bargain. He's honestly 30 million, ridiculously good. Like every game, he's so impressive. Even like I think it was in the build-up of the second goal, actually, or maybe in the first one of now. But he done like a nice sort of like back flick thing. I think the ball came to him. I think Haaland pressed him, and he passed it like behind his heel. It was just like that kind of composure at the back against a team like Man City, and that like set up for the attack. Like it was a cheeky little move, and it set up like how you've got the audacity to do that against a team like Man City, and then what it resulted into. Like it was just mad impressive. He's so good.
The timing of some of the tackles was just impeccable. But when I see a coming up against the most informed striker in the world, which a lot of people say is the best in the world, and you just made it look easy. Watching the highlights back the other day, the decision making, like I say, the timing. Honestly, he's brave as well, because if he gets one of those wrong, penalty could be red card, but he just goes for it. And he gets it right pretty much all the time, and he's. Towards the end, when we were talking about earlier, fearing like a stoppage time equaliser or winner from Man City, but then Chow's just cutting everything out, blocking everything, intercepting everything, clearing everything. Just to be only in the league for 12 games now, and he wasn't even starting at the beginning for the first couple. Yeah. It's just so impressive, man. So it does look like so far got an absolute bargain on my hands. Yeah,
what just reminded us there when you mentioned his timing. Remember West Ham? Where he gave a penalty away. I was trying to think, like, I'm sure he gave a penalty away. I'm sure he made one bad tackle where he gave a penalty away, and it was West Ham. And in real time, I thought Stonewall, like, doesn't he need to get the VAR? It looks like he's absolutely taking him out. But when you say the replay, and thankfully VAR did check it and overturned it because he got his toe on it, and the timing, the precision of that tackle was absolutely beautiful.
And that's what I mean about bravery. Yeah. Like to go for a lot of defenders will be like, oh,
because if you're a millimetre off, it's a penalty.
It's a millisecond. Yeah. Millisecond will be the difference between taking someone down and giving away a pen. We may as well move on to referee decisions, actually, before we get on to Harvey Barnes' brace and the winner on the big 3 points, because there was a big call, and we've seen a lot of reaction since online and in the match of the day media outlets about the Phil Foden one. There's a couple to be fair, but Shaw and Foden was the one where they're like, how is that not a penalty? You never mind before we touch on like the offside, was it onside, all that sort of stuff. On the Phil Foden one on Shaw, I'll be honest, I think that's a pen.
I'm on the fence, but I'm leaning towards penalty.
I think that's a pen,
because rules.
If that was against us, I'd be raging.
Yeah, like the rules keep changing. I don't really know what the rule is, because Foden did get his shot off, but yeah, like. Shaw looked like he came in late and got his studs up and got like his studs on the top of Foden's foot. So yeah, is it like kind of like advantage played because he got a shot off and it's his fault that he missed? Or do you pull it back for a late challenge?
There is that, to be fair. Like.
So that's why I'm on the fence, but
there is that.
It was late and it was studs on top, which is nasty.
Aye.
But he did get his shot off.
Aye.
So I don't know. I don't really know what the rules are anymore. They change all the time.
I get that. Like, I suppose if he's played on, he's got his shot off. If it stopped him from doing that, 1,000,000% a penalty.
1,000,000%, yeah.
But I do think it's. We were talking about timing from Malik Chow, but the timing from Fabian Schär was a bit late. And the follow through as well definitely didn't help. And when I was watching it, I went to VR. I thought we've got no chance on this one. Like, I was stunned when it didn't get given.
If it was a penalty, it could have been a red card because the studs on the foot.
Mate, it had to be.
Could have been sent off. It
could have been. Maybe that's what Pep was raging about at the end, which we'll talk about in the end. But overall, I thought it did well in terms of handling the game, because there was, Joe Linton, to be honest, did get away with a couple of things. He got a yellow in the end, but he probably should have had one earlier.
When it came up on Sky, it was only like his 3rd yellow card of the season. Like, how's he getting away with that?
He does so.
Is he not on 33 now? Not just 3.
He does so well to get away with things, and I think that's why a lot of rival fans hate him, because they're like, how does he get away with this? UFC actions on the pitch all the time, but I mean, the goals were the right decision for me. I don't think Donnarumma was fouled. I don't think we were offside. We've seen the replay now. The shirts playing him on, playing Bruno on for the header. I think those decisions were correct.
Yeah, I don't really think there was much wrong with it. Yeah, for the penalty, like the goal, Barnes' second goal, I did think it was offside. Initial, like when I first seen the replay and when it was going through VAR, I did think Bruno was slightly over from was it Diaz, was he the last man?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I thought it looked like he was, but this like new like UEFA technology is so much better than what we've been using for the last few years. Like that technology is absolutely dog shit.
How are we using the other one for so long, man?
Everyone else is using the good one, and we're doing this fucking coal power shit. It was terrible.
Dial-up broadband.
You cannot really argue with that. And to be fair, like he didn't touch the ball. You could argue that he interfered with play because Donnarumma had to attend to him, but he didn't touch the ball, so he didn't really interfere with play. So even if he was offside or not, you've got to look at that. Like, did he interfere with play? Probably did, but still, like, VAR said no. So
computer says no.
Yeah, computer says no. So that's it. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it then. And Harvey Barnes was the hero of the day. It was said that he obviously missed a couple of sitters in the first half, but second half he came out, and I respect this. And I think Newcastle also showed character, like Barnes did, to respond after Man City did equalise after 4 minutes. But we showed belief, we showed fight, we showed spirit, and Barnes did that. He could have easily just cowered away and had a lack of confidence and shied away from it and got subbed off. But he stepped up, and I joked until he scored the second goal that he doesn't score easy goals. And to be honest, the second one isn't that easy to backheel.
It was a nice little finish.
It was a tidy finish.
Angle,
these ones that Barnes puts wide, and especially when he put wide, and even the one that comes to him quick, it's early in the game, you know. He hasn't quite gotten a rhythm yet. If you've played football, you can kind of mistake that. You know, he's not up to speed. It's early on the game atmosphere, but it's the one where he puts wide. It's like that is definitely harder to miss. How on earth have you put that wide? But it comes up trump, and it's
that's what it's all about.
It's Barnesy again, where outside the box. I back him to score every time.
Yeah, he's lethal from 20 yards.
He doesn't score the easy ones unless yes, it was a close one, but the back heel finish for the second. But that finish is just the curling foot. Fantastic. And credit, we see he missed sitters, which he did, and so did Nick Faltamore, to be honest. He got more service than usual, and he did still play well. He was still influential. But you have to give kudos to Donnarumma. He was outstanding, big presence in goal. But Barnesy stepping up. Gordon's been getting a lot of stick. Gordon was injured. Harvey Barnes stepped up the plate and got the winner. And, Sky Sports and everything we're calling it. The Harvey Barnes Show.
Ooh.
And he's someone's just asked there, Danny, do you think he'll play for Scotland?
They keep trying to put
Danny's trying, isn't he?
Danny,
you're watching, he's trying his best to get Barnesy to Scotland because who doesn't make the England squad? He's got some sort of link between his grandparents' dog or something. So it's like, he's going to get in somewhere or another. Oh, you didn't you walk your grandparents' dog in Edinburgh 14 years ago? I did, Get yourself to Scotland.
That basically means you're Scottish then. Where's your kilt?
Get yourself to the World Cup. Get your kilt on. Get your bagpipes on the gun. You know what I mean? Have a bloody tenants and get yourself to the World Cup, lad.
Right. There has been a lot of talking this narrative. I've seen being asked this a couple of times now. I think was it Micah Richards and Jimmy Redknapp were asking him about us. They're trying to push it. But to be fair, realistically, is he going to go to the World Cup?
Definitely not. With England,
even on form, technically, he should definitely be in with a shout. But I really can't see it unless he has it unless he's the best left winger in the Premier League at the second half of the season, he's in with a chance.
He'd have to go on in madness. He'd have to score 2 every week, to be honest.
Probably.
Because, Tuchel loves Gordon. And to be fair, he's done well for England. He hasn't done well for Newcastle, especially in the league for about a year. But he loves Gordon. Rashford's reliable for him. He's doing well at Barca. He's got a bag of experience behind him. Eze is doing madness. He's, we've seen what he did yesterday with a hat-trick, and he's a really gifted footballer. Yeah. So ahead of those 3, are you going to take 3 left wingers? You're not taking 4, so he's not getting ahead of them.
Yeah, nah.
So is he going to look at it and think, he's still young enough to be fairly, but if he's not going to get in now, and if they call him and they say, come to America.
Why not? Yeah. Especially with him being in the World Cup.
If I was in his shoes, I'd probably do it, to be honest.
But
then again, no disrespect to the Scottish Newcastle fans out there, they're probably not going to go far in the World Cup. So,
well, probably not. But like you say, it's probably for the experience. Even though he might not have any ties to Scotland apart from that one time where he's grandma a fucking deep fried Mars bar.
Try this Aim Brew, Harvey. You'll absolutely love Aim Brew.
Regardless of your nation, it's playing at the World Cup, and it's in America. It's in the summer. And it's the World Cup.
Another 4 years when he's 32 or whatever, 30. Is he going to get a chance to do it again? No.
Might as well.
If
he gets called up,
I'd actually be I would be all over it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be all over it.
Say, like, they're not going to win it, but
no,
the experience.
Neither England, probably, to be honest.
Well. Maybe just wait and see who they draw. Who we got in the group. Who we got? I don't fancy that.
Oh, we've got Curacao. Mint. We'll have a shot at that, Barnesy. I can see I scored at the World Cup. Get in. We'll have that, Barnesy. Hamish McBarnes. See someone there. I like it. But yeah, Barnesy's goals. And we've been saying last week on the podcast, picking up the fullbacks, but you also mentioned we need the wingers to step up. You know what I mean? And Harvey Barnes did that. Gordon being injured, Barnes did that. Elanga came off the bench, kind of played as a 9, just to try and, hit them on the break type of thing. But Champions League tomorrow, we'll talk about that soon in terms of what the impact could be from Elanga and maybe Gordon if he's recalled, because he has travelled and he is fit. This is the predicament. This is where people are putting a bit of pressure back on Eddie Howe in terms of like, right, don't pick your favourites again. Barnes has stepped up. Barnes has been called upon and he's delivered. So Anthony Gordon should be out the side. Do you agree with that? Because we'll go
tomorrow night.
We'll go with that for now.
Yeah. I mean, based on form, if you're picking your strongest team, Barnes plays 100%.
He deserves it.
It is a kind of case of maybe it's a bit of rotation, though. Like, they have just played like a heavy game. It was a very high-intensity game. We've travelled away, and we've got another big game on Saturday.
Yeah.
So, another away game as well. So, he's going to have to rotate, whether it's this one or Everton. I could see maybe it's been this one, because we are in a strong position. And we've got... Who else we got? Leverkusen, PSG's the last game. Is there another one?
PSV at all.
PSV, that's the one, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's opportunities to still qualify and maybe not put 100% into this one. Or do we kind of, like, we need to pick up form in the league, and it's away against Everton as well. We need to pick up that away form, like. So, it depends what he wants to do. Like, you cannot play our strongest 11s against City at home, Marseille away, and Everton away in the space of a week. Yeah. Like, there's going to have to be some sort of fiddle here. But yeah, based on form, if you're picking your strongest 11, Barnes over Gordon all day, every day.
I like the idea of actually bringing Gordon back in tomorrow, which would be harsh on Barnes. I would say to Barnes, do you want to have a half, then we'll bring Gordon on and maybe make it fair. But because I want to see Barnes start and play at Everton, because Gordon drops an absolute stinker.
Oh, why? He's not playing at that Hill Dickinson Stadium. No chance.
No, I know it was good as in Park last year, and it's all the atmosphere on the right on the pitch. It's still Everton. It's last year when he missed the pen. Remember that? Yeah. I don't want to see.
Bigger stadium,
Gordon cannot handle playing against Everton. He's shown it every single time. He never plays well against them. So for me, I wouldn't even mind bringing in Gordon tomorrow.
And he's done well in the Champions League games, to be fair. He's been pish in the Premier League, but he's been alright in the Champions League.
So I want to see...
Then again, so is Barnes. He got 2 goals against SG and Benfica. He's got 4 goals in Champions League.
I wouldn't mind, like I say, I think ideally you'd maybe start Barnes for the first half and then bring Gordon on for the second half. And then Barnes had a little bit of a rest and he's good to go against Saturday night. But that's what I would like to see done. But fair play to Barnes coming back. Like we say, he should have scored in the first half, didn't, but picked himself up second half, got 2 very good goals in the important winner, which made a very unhappy Giuseppe Guardiola. Little Pepe.
What's the matter, Pepe?
Wasn't happy. Wasn't a happy Pepe Bunny at full time, slamming cameraman's headphones off the rears and grabbing Bruno by the shoulder, but then spanking Tonali on the arse and saying how much he loved him to sign for him. Bit of a madness at full time there. Pep Guardiola going for it. And obviously that ignited some scuffles where Joe Linton had to be forced off the pitch. And it was all a bit...
Joe Linton angry, man.
It was all a bit chaotic, wasn't it? But Pep, bit of a sore loser at the end there, was it?
They don't take losing well, do they?
No, and when you're used to winning, when you're used to anything, you don't like the opposite. But again, the whole, like I just joked about the cameraman thing, that's terrible crap. Like, honestly, really if someone else does that, he seems to get away with it all the time.
Could get a suspension, or at least
he should be suspended.
At least a fine to a touchline.
Kind of go over to a cameraman that's just doing his job and pull his earphones off and shout in his face, and then when do you see?
He's like, what have I done? I didn't beat you.
Mate, I'm just trying to control this big massive camera. To be unclear, just trying to feed the kids.
Just trying to let the UK audience and that see what's going on.
See you being a fucking sausage. That's what you are. But then, honestly, imagine the backlash if it was like an Eddie Howe. Going over at Phil Foden and giving him a proper mouthful and like grabbing him by the ear and like he did with Bruno for like 5 minutes. It's ridiculous, man. I know he's a great manager and he's achieved fantastic things and that, but the stuff he gets away with, man, winds me up. He just gets away with loads. Does my head. And I think the way he behaves is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. The sore loser.
But what's he going to achieve doing that? Like, if he's like going on in Bruno's ear, is he going to like change Bruno's mind and be like, oh, actually, you know, it is, you're right.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Oh, referee, I was offside.
Aye.
Just take that goal off, will you?
Take it off, 1-1.
What are you going like? What's that going to achieve? He's looking like a knob, eh?
Yeah, well, he did. He looked like a huge knob, didn't he?
Then obviously, Pep's having to go at Bruno and Big Joe's behind him, going to choke slam him through a table. Silly decision, but yeah, like I feel like sometimes like Pep is like he's on one side or the other. Like sometimes he is quite like amicable with things like this, but like sometimes he is a really, really sore loser. He's not the worst in the Premier League. Mentioning no other Spanish managers.
Oh, it's all the Spaniards.
Yeah. But yeah, like sometimes like he's like sometimes he can take a loss on the chin. He can just be like, all right, fair play to the other team, and that's like quite like respectable. I'm thinking, all right, fair enough. But then sometimes he's a proper bitter little man.
Very bitter on Saturday. Very
that's
bitter
what he was
indeed.
On Saturday, 100%.
Then he had that little word. He got his new favourite in Tonali because Bruno's been his man. He was bigging up Bruno in the press conference before the game, saying he watched him at Lyon. He wanted to sign him and all that. Newcastle got a great player. All the rest of it, he was linked when obviously Bruno had that 100 million release clause, and now he looks like he's moved on to Sandro, getting all cuddly with Sandro, and didn't give him a mouthful of abuse, more like love your son, I'll see you in the summer. But it's not Sandro that's actually been linked with Man City in the last couple of days. It is still Tino Livramento, who we've obviously gave lots of credit for in the show so far, and his resurgence at right back in that first game. Tino Livramento at Man City, he was actually asked about it today, so we'll see what he said. I'll just bring it up. Apologies, should have had this one ready, but he was asked about it. He gave quite a generic answer in terms of, I'm just focused on Newcastle. It's not something I'm dealing with in terms of contract negotiations. I'm focusing on me playing style and everything else. I'm not really dealing with that. It's down to my agent at the minute to sort that out. Just a picture of Pep there again. Manhandling the cameraman. Here we go. Tino's addressed speculation about his future. He said he's deliberately staying out of discussions. That's nothing that I'm in control of. I'll leave that to me dad. Not because he's a daddy's voice, because he's an agent. His dad's his agent. For me, I've been out for 7 weeks. I've been working really hard to come back and obviously help the team. That's always been my focus, helping the team as much as I can. Livramento is happy and settled on Tyneside. And he said that after a tough start, a lot of the fans have been waiting for our season to kickstart, and he feels like the Man City win could be the turning point. And Eddie Howe once again said that Livramento is unbelievable and he doesn't want to lose him. Is that something we should be wary of? Livramento to Man City?
You'd be foolish not to be wary of it, I think. Like, obviously, it is a little bit of a bit daunting, but it's football. We've seen it just this summer gone. We lost a player that we didn't want to lose. Yeah, I mean, it's football. Everyone's got their price, really. No one's that valuable. So, yeah, I mean, we don't want to lose him, but it is like, it's obviously
man.
It's obviously an attractive offer. I mean,
it'd be a lot of money, wouldn't it?
I think Tino would be silly not to be like interested in it. Maybe have his head turned and think, what could be? Let's maybe have a negotiation, see what happens. And then, yeah, if we get a mad offer, then we'd maybe be a little bit silly not to. Although, as we just said, he's still very, very young. Got the best years of his career ahead of him. We'll want to see him become an England international. Starting. We've seen him become an England international. We want to see him be a regular starter. We want to see him be England's number one right back for the future. And it'll be a pleasure to see him do that at this football club, not somewhere else. And even if we got like 100 million for him or whatever, but he's that young and that good that we've got to hold mad ransom. Just play silly buggers with it. Like he's got to have a couple of years left of his contract. I don't know what he's have. So he's banging contract. He's a very, very good young footballer who we brought in to be Trippier's eventual replacement. Like, we want him to be our starting right back for the next 10 years.
Aye.
And so what's it going to take for us to lose him? And I said this a million times during the transfer window. Transfer fee or market values aren't what you sell players for. Like, why would you like if he's worth? I don't know, what would a realistic market value be? 60 million or something like that?
60, 70.
Like, why would you accept that?
No.
Like, that's the whole point in a transfer fee. You buy someone out of your contract from a team that doesn't want to sell said player. So the extra is like the compensation. Like, what is it going to take for us to lose our player that we don't want to sell? 60 million market value. What's our compensation? 40 million?
Mm-hmm.
So,
because when we paid 40,
yeah,
you know, it was a risk. He was back on the back of an ACL, playing for Southampton. So if you get him now, you'd want to. I'd want to double his money at least.
Yeah,
I'd want at least 80,
yeah.
if not, like you say, go mad and try and get them more.
That's
with these, isn't it?
That's the difference. Like I said, it's the market value, it's the market fee plus the compensation, and that's what it equates to a transfer fee being for a player that a team doesn't want to sell, who's got like a few years left on their contracts. The other team has to buy him out, and we can absolutely take the piss and ask for whatever we want for him. And hopefully, I think that's what a lot of people try and do, and that's what we should do in this situation: is push them off and just give them a ridiculous figure. Like, oh, you want them to do? Yeah, all right, 180 million, bang. I need that.
I need that.
Right.
Have them apples. But and again, that's what you kind of have to do, and hopefully time down to a new deal, outprice them, then they have to go and look abroad to a different option, which they could do. You know, you've seen them.
Doing really well from not being a right back.
Exactly. So they'll just
adapted him quite well. He's done all right.
They'll hopefully give up on that pursuit of Tino and look abroad instead. But you have to definitely be wary now.
Nico Lewis is a good player.
Yeah, left back. He's in for a shout for England.
He's played all over the shop. He's like done right, left, and like DM.
Aye.
And then we've got Nico O'Reilly playing left back.
Nico
really
O'Reilly's the left back, isn't he? Who played for England last week. Aye. So Rico Lewis, so just stay away from Tino.
Yeah, you're all right, man.
I bring through the Ricos. You know,
the Ricos and the Nicos.
Look abroad for a cheaper option. You've got Nunez and stuff. You don't need Livramento. Let us just hold on to him. Let him hold on to him for a few years, please. His Trippier's gone now. If Tino left, it would cause
save yourself 100 million.
Cause a right headache at right back. If you had a Kraft and Trippier out of contract soon, aging, and if Tino left, my God.
The last team that spent 100+ million on a Newcastle player didn't really turn out too well. So you know what I mean?
Stay away.
Look at the history.
Stay away. Yeah, jinx. Scott McTominay is a player that's been him and Barnes best buddies.
His Graham also had a Mars Bar in Scotland.
Yeah, I know he's scoring overhead kicks to send it in the World Cup. But Scott McTominay, funny enough, was linked with us years ago, and we were debating between him, Longstaff, Declan Rice. McTominay was in the mix, so obviously went to Naples, did unbelievable in Serie A. Wasn't he player of the season last year? Won the award. When Napoli won the league, so that's incredible. He's been linked once again to Newcastle because it's one of those where it's an Eddie Howe long-term target. We've seen it now.
Yeah, he goes after them targets.
Goes after them targets.
Yes, but we'll get them eventually.
Your Elangas and that, he keeps them in mind, didn't forget.
Yeah.
I mean,
Botman was a long-term target.
And Chow, to be fair. I can't be Chow. So, yeah, Gordon and stuff. Like these players, Eddie Howe's got his little lists. Trafford, who's meant to come in January again.
Trafford will still come eventually within the next 5 years.
Trafford and McTominay will come eventually. So, Scott McTominay midfield to spice things up a little bit. With how well he's done in Italy, I quite like that saying. You know, I think he brings a bit of grit and leadership and goals as well. Goals are what we missed massively from midfield for me. So I would like it. Like that saying.
I feel like we spoke about it. It must have been last summer when it was linked that he was going to leave Man United. Before he went to Napoli and became the player that he is. And I think I said, I don't know if you agreed, but I said I would take him as a squad player because he's probably better than Longstaff, but he's not really a name that like excites you. Like, what's he actually going to bring? Like, how much better is our midfield going to be with him in? Like, you just be a squad player, and maybe it's the transfer fee that Man United might demand might put me off.
Aye.
But 1 year of playing in Napoli, he's turned into fucking Maradona. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, Italian player of the year, scoring overhead kicks for his country. Like, what's going on?
He's grew away from that, and he's turned Italian.
Italian sexy style. I've seen him even going in with like Italian style tracksuits on his shades,
like Louis Vuitton,
Alexandro, them little like espressos and stuff. Like he's gone full Italian.
See him and Tonali, and Bruno. You know what I mean? Love ya.
There we go. We'll have the Italian duo and the Brazilian duo. Man, what a midfield. But now, however many months it is later, like 16 months, 18 months later, after what we last spoke about McTominay being linked to the club, different conversation. from him, from not being bothered by him, wondering how much he's going to impact the squad, being worried about the transfer fee. I'd fucking love him.
Love him.
I think again, but like squad depth though, like how's he going to fit in? That's still another worry because
Does he replace Jolinton?
Because we're midfield three's boss. We've got Ramsey who have just signed. We've got Miley trying to push his way through.
Get rid of Willock.
I was going to say less about Willock, but yeah, like, and I always bang on about squad depth. Like we need more depth. Like Ramsey's came and done all right in the time that he's had. He's not really kind of had a standout game yet.
No.
But yeah, I think maybe someone to push Jolinton on for a squad place, but also massively improves the depth and the rotational options. He'd be a phenomenal signing, but I don't know what kind of fee Napoli would be demanding now.
They paid 25, didn't they? I think they'd want to profit on that, but
Quite
you've also
bit,
got to take his age into account. He's 28.
Is he?
He's 29 December.
Is he?
I
Fucking hell.
thought he was like 26.
Yeah, time's flying by.
Exactly. Yeah, time's flying by when you
I remember when he came through Man United, I thought he'd still only be like 25 or something.
When you waste your career at Old Trafford,
literally,
in Boomo,
yeah.
in Boomo, when you waste it there,
fucking hell,
time will catch up to you.
25.
But I mean, you can still get a good 5 years out of him, man. He's
yeah,
28,
definitely.
29. You get it with the experience as well, the leadership qualities for me, the goals from midfield. And the rotation is so key. Like we're talking about tomorrow night in a minute with Marseille. That's the type of play you'd bring in for that game or swap or whatever. Where tomorrow I think we will see a Ramsey and or Miley come in, and it's like Willock came off against Man City, and you think, is it good enough? Whereas big Scotty G Shaw's done it on a European stage. To be honest with you, so I'd have him. I have him all day long. To be honest.
Yeah, he's an interesting one for a conversation. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, like what kind of fee they demand and figure out how he's going to fit into the squad. But yeah, he's definitely an interesting name, yeah.
Apparently he's keen on a return to England. Doesn't like the espressos that much and the calzones, and he would rather come have a brown ale with Jason Tyndall. So we'll see how that one develops.
It wouldn't.
Sounds great, actually.
Naples is overrated. Didn't even like pizza.
PSR has been scrapped. Okay, in the last couple of days, it's been replaced by SCR.
So we can spend loads of money, can we?
No,
right.
no, we can't.
Okay.
85% of what you earn, basically, is a short way of putting it, and it ultimately doesn't move the needle too much to Newcastle. So the big boys stay big, and the little boys still chasing. Now the rich get richer, and the poor don't get a fucking thing. It's 50 Cent, you once said.
Richard dying.
All right, so
we're trying. We are
trying, and we are dying. You know what I mean? 14. But
what is that? What difference is that with PSR? Because that was similar, wasn't it? You said 85% of profits. Like, what was PSR?
I have no idea.
It was very, very similar.
Yeah.
I don't know what
the funny thing is, like, a lot of people have announced, and we're doing it now, to be honest, announced that PSR is changing to SCR. And now it's not changing much.
So they're just changing the initials.
So what is actually changing?
The initials.
An acronym. That's all we're changing. Just an acronym. Yeah, few letters.
PSR 2.0.
Basically, Newcastle, Villa, all these teams can't really progress as much because we can't earn as much as the elite clubs already are, because of the success they've had over many, many decades, and we're still a chasing pack. So unfortunately, it doesn't massively benefit us much, which is a crying shame. crying shame. Which I don't think we'll ever see.
Yeah.
Systematic difference to actually allow us to spend what we could.
I wish maybe just for 2 summers, we could go back to like the old days. Like just let we do what City done when Abramovich took over. Let we do Chelsea when Abramovich took over. Let we do what City done.
Swami.
Yeah, if we could just do that for 2 summers, just spunk all the Saudis' money, all of it,
spunk it,
and then just go back to PSL. That'll be fine.
And then just give her at least a couple of windows, a little win for this January.
Just spend some money
this January next summer. We'll start that flat, shall we? Start that flat would be nice. But yeah, well, I mean, I did a video on it last week. You just can read about it, but essentially, it's all bollocks and much changes. To be honest,
Imagine my surprise to find out that it's still bollocks. I mean, it's just the modern world of football now, isn't it? It's all bollocks, to be honest. Like nothing's not bollocks.
Loads of bollocks everywhere.
All bollocks all over my face, and I don't like it.
Doesn't enjoy it. Neither do Newcastle United. Well, anyways, before we talk about Marseille tomorrow night, then as the title is, on Newcastle United back. Are you confident that Newcastle United are back? Eddie Howe's black and white intensity mags are resurging. Is it too soon?
It is too soon. We need to see it on a more consistent basis because
especially
we've been through this before. Like we'll have a good win or two and be like, we're back, then we're not, and then we're shit again. Then we're like, should we sack Howe? Then we'll say no, then he wins. And then we're back to it's just like a circle. It's like, should we sack Howe? No. All right, let's keep him. Then he wins a game. Then we're back. Yeah, no, we're not. Right, we're shit again. Then we've lost. Should we sack Howe? Then yeah, it's just we just need consistency. Like that's our big issue. We would need to just put this in on a week-to-week basis. And like, I'm not saying beat Man City every week. Like that's unrealistic. But just to kind of have some momentum, build it up, and just kind of show for a few weeks.
Yeah,
just a little bit of a spell would be nice, wouldn't it?
At least after the derby,
give us a Miggy Almiron purple patch. I'd love that. Like, just a run of a few good games, a few good goals. And then that'd just be class. Like it was around about this time last year where we kind of shook off a bit of a shit spell, where we went on like a 12-game unbeaten run or something like that. Like so, that could still come, but it is a big week. Like if we can win against City at home, Marseille away, Everton away, that's a hell of a week.
That would look like a turning point.
That would really look like a turning point. But we've got to get these next two games.
Even a draw against Marseille, because we're doing out in the chance.
That's fine. Yeah, I can take a draw.
Please beat Everton next weekend, so we can
away
keep claiming that Premier League table.
First away win of the season.
Yeah, keep claiming that Premier League table because we're 14th after such a big win. We all looked at the table at full time. We're like, we're still only 14th.
I thought that. I was thinking. Like, this hasn't changed.
Oh, maybe 10th now.
That's what I thought.
Liverpool are 11th though.
I was thinking they haven't updated this.
Man U, Everton, and 8. They're all in a mix. We only, I think, 5 points off 5th, is it? So
yeah, it's still, like I said, it's still early doors.
But if we can, build that up sooner the better, obviously, because you don't want to be left behind. But yeah, probably too soon to say we're back. I am kind of saying we're back because of what I've seen performance-wise, because the fullbacks have returned, and because we do look like our old selves. But of course, you can't necessarily say that as a fact until you do it for at least a few games in a row, and especially away from home, because that has been terrible for a while now, our record on the road. But we are on the road tomorrow in the old south of France. Game number 5 for Newcastle in this Champions League campaign. 3,000 Toon fans have travelled over there, so please do stay safe. We haven't, because we had awful experience in Marseille ourselves a few years ago, didn't we?
Never again.
2016, we were there for England v Russia on the opening night of Euro 2016, and it was just absolutely horrific that I just was vowed to say I am never returning there.
Yeah.
Unless this was like a quarter or a semi or a final.
Yeah, can't miss it.
I ain't going back. Yeah, I ain't going back to Marseille, man. Awful people, awful place. The place itself in the sunshine isn't actually that bad.
I'd love to see it outside of like a game day experience.
But on a game day, when the club are telling you not to wear your club colours and everyone's getting escorted, it's just not very enjoyable experience, to be honest.
Yeah, like we weren't there for long. We were literally just there for the England game, and we didn't get to the Velodrome or watch it on the beach. At the fan zone, which was an incredible experience. But yeah, outside the fan zone, people get stabbed and chucked in the Riviera and shit like that.
Awful.
It was
police just abusing everyone. Sticking
Russians
up for
getting mental.
The Russians, the French, just booting off for no reason. The
English as well. Like, can't exclude the English hooligans. Like, there are some that ruin it for everyone. But yeah, between the English dickheads, the Russians just trying to kill everyone, the French locals, the French police, it was just horrible. Yeah,
absolute recipe for disaster, which it was, to be fair.
Yeah. So if you are going tomorrow morning, because you probably should already be on the way, to be honest with you. But if you're going late in tomorrow morning, then yeah, please be safe. Take care.
All right.
Yeah, because shit happens, man.
And back the mags all the way, which I'm sure they will. But things like this, man, fans are required to assemble at a designated meeting point at 4:30 French time to be put on designated metros to the stadium 4.5 hours before kickoff.
Why can't people just watch a game of football?
Why can't you just walk to the stadium, make your own journey there? That shows how dangerous it is. That
this is one thing that really annoys me about football. Like, I hate this aspect of like hooliganism and like just people ruining it for everyone. Like, Why just because you support a different team or from from a different place, you've got to like
It's not.
feel
It's
the
not
need,
like
like,
it's
smash
a
someone's
derby.
face
We
in.
live in different countries.
I don't care about Marseille.
You know, we had a couple of players that have played for each other's clubs.
Yeah.
You know, Hatton and Ben Arthur represented both clubs very well. Both set of fans have fond memories. Joey Barton played for both clubs. They actually really like Joey Barton.
That semi-final Europa League
Semi-final
game?
against Didier Drogba and stuff. Obviously, Chris Waddle gets treated like a hero over there.
Waddle,
so, I mean, why do we have to go on it? It's such a Champions League group stage game.
Hooliganism really just ruins football for me, and like everyone trying to ruin it. Like remember, like the Euro final at Wembley, where people were trying to like get in the stadium and cause bother there. Like, it really pisses me off, things like that. Like, just enjoy football, go and watch a game, and have a laugh on that, have a few pints, and just like go home safe.
No point at all. But like we said at the start of the show, Eddie Howe's just did his press conference, and he confirmed that Gordon and Kraft have both travelled to the south of France. Trippier did not make the trip, and of course, neither did Johan Wissa. Dan Burn returns to the squad after his domestic suspension. Olympic Marseille do have 5 players out themselves. Aguerd, Murillo, Medina, Traore, and Guri are going to be absent, but former Brighton manager De Zerbi's side have won just one of their 4 Champions League games today.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
Scoring 4 goals without a reply at home to Ajax. So they suffered 2-1 defeats at Madrid, Lisbon, and lost 1-0 at home to Atalanta. But they did win 5-1 on the weekend there, Friday night over Nice, which took them top of the table. And
South of France rivalry, that's not too far there, Nice and Marseille.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't want to speak too much about this absolute horrible human being, but Mason Greenwood is on fire for them, so we'll have to be wary of him. His goals lately have been on top form, so he's a big threat, not just on the pitch. And you've also got Aubameyang, allegedly.
Obama who?
Obama what? Aubameyang in his old age now, still doing well.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, So Marseille got a good team. They've got good attackers, and they've also got a solid manager, a bit of a crazy one as well, and De Zerbi, but a one with Premier League experience. So Tovan as well. A shout there from Aaron. Florian Tovan, his tuxedo, or from Marseille. Classic. What a nightmare that was. How do you see this one going, Keg?
Oh, I mean, this one is a really difficult one to predict, really, because as we mentioned before, I feel like this could be a game of rotation and kind of trying to prioritise Everton because we're doing so well in the Champions League. And on the flip side, Marseille is doing really well in the league. They're second. They're unbeaten at home in the league. I was doing a little bit of research before, so they're almost 100% record. They've won every game bar one, which they drew. But they're 1 win in 4 in the Champions League. And like I say, they lost away to Sporting Lisbon, at home to Atalanta. Not being funny, but I feel like we could have beaten them.
Yeah, should do. Yeah,
we beat
Happy Bay.
There's
another one. Love it.
Nice. Yeah, so we beat Benfica, not too dissimilar to Sporting Lisbon. We're beating Bilbao. We're like, are they a whole lot better than Atalanta? Like, yeah, they're kind of bad losses, them. Like, obviously, they lost to Real Madrid, fair enough, and they smashed Ajax 4-0 at home, who was bottom of the Champions League group. But yeah, like it's a really, really tricky one to decide this one because like I feel like we should be favourites. Playing them away where they've done so well in the league, it's a little bit of a tricky one. And then we might rotate. We might be a little bit haggard after putting all the energy into Man City. And it just depends on the team that we'll put out at the end of the day, really, innit?
What team do you think we'll put out?
I don't know.
Because we've seen some comments earlier. People have seen you could see Gordon down the middle, Barnes down the left.
Oh, not down the middle.
Will Voldemort be rested? I mean, that is stinky. It's never worked, never will work. Please stop doing it. I'd rather call up bloody Sean Eve and give him a chance up front, to be honest with you. And to be fair, the young lad, hasn't he? He's been called up. The 16-year-old's been pictured in training this evening as well.
Who's that?
Amongst the group there is a couple of youngsters, to be fair, but it's Sam Alabi, the 16-year-old midfielder there, pictured at the velodrome training, and Max Thompson, the young keeper, alongside Irish defender
they normally
Alex Murphy.
more subs.
Yeah, well, especially lately.
Max Thompson and Alex Murphy's been in the squad.
But high hopes for Sam Alibi from the
I've heard a bit
academy.
about him. I haven't seen him play.
I mean, that would be exciting, wouldn't it?
Good name, yeah.
Very unlikely to get a chance, but great experience for him and show what he's worth and what he could offer to the team.
All right, class.
But I see your line of prediction there. You went with Barnes, Voldemort, Murphy as the 3, Joelinton, Tonali, Bruno as the midfield, Tino, Hall, fullbacks, Bain, Chow, and Popey Pope in goalie goal.
Yeah, I think that's maybe like a best case scenario. I think that's like our best 11. But as I mentioned before, I think we really could rotate. So I wouldn't be surprised to say Gordon. I checked on the Bilbao lineup as well, to be fair, just to kind of like compare what we done last time. And Barnes started at right wing, where Gordon started on the left. So we had both Alanga and Murphy dropped to the bench against Bilbao. Could see that again, maybe.
You could do.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. I think Everton's a big game, so you might want to rest a couple of people for Everton. So it really is a hard one to predict. Yeah, like you mentioned, could see like Jacob Ramsey.
Yeah.
But who are you going to drop? Who or rests? Like drop's a harsh word. Rest's a better word. Yeah, backline because Burns back. Botman didn't play didn't start on Saturday. Chow, Shaw, fullback. I've seen someone say that Kraft might play, but I don't know.
Can Tino play again? You know, it's difficult because of the injuries. Because Trippier missing is actually big because of Tino only just coming back.
I could maybe see Burns starting left back with Botman and Chow.
Aye.
Then it's going to have to be Tino. Unless it is Kraft. But
it's Kraft, aye. Do you know what it is with this game? It's mad that I'm saying it, but just because of how healthy the position is in the Champions League table, I think we you just try and go there and try not to lose, to be honest.
Yeah, draw's not the worst result.
And then
definitely.
For me, I'm more asked about Everton on Saturdays because of how well we're doing in the Champions League. I just think I want Barnes firing against Everton on Saturday. I want Voldemort against Everton on Saturday. Whether it's both fullbacks or one of them. So for me, I'm looking at, people seeing Gordon and stuff down the middle, whether it's him or Alanga, and I really don't like going down the middle, as I said. It just I just give Alanga a shot.
I'd rather give it Alanga.
Try something different because if they aren't fit enough to play, then I do think the most important game is Everton because of how bad the Premier League has been so far, and just to keep trying to get a few wins on the bounce to move us up the league table. Because Champions League were looking pretty healthy and sweet and amongst the mix. So I just think if we can go to Marseille, like you said, they've had a couple of defeats there at home and that make life difficult for them and just come away with like a 1-1 or something, I'd be all right with.
Absolutely, definitely. It's a really bad time for Will Osula's injury.
Oh, it really is,
Yeah,
really bad.
Now we're fighting over Gordon or Alanga starting down the middle. Preferably I'd rather have fucking neither of them. But yeah, it's unfortunate that obviously we still haven't getting Wissa back fit. Can't really rely on Voldemort to play 90 minutes week in, week out. Like having another striker would just be nice to give him a little bit of rest. And then, yeah, like Osula before his injury, played a couple of good games, like Champions League games, come on off the bench, looked really good. This could be a game that he could maybe take the reins for and see how he gets on in another Champions League game, just to give Voldemort that rest. So yeah, him not being here is a really big crying shame because it could be a game for him.
I think so. A couple of people in the comments there shouting for Alanga. I think that could be the right move because we've seen Gordon there enough. Hasn't worked. Alanga with his pace.
More up front for Man United.
He did a good job for the youth team for Man United and stuff. A whole different level, but I think just with his pace and stuff, he could cause problems.
Can't be asked for Gordon playing down the middle anymore.
Me neither. So it'd be interesting to see what Eddie Howe does for that game against Marseille the other night. Well, our camera light has run out of battery there, so I think that's a good time to wrap things up.
Wrap it up.
Over an hour into the podcast. So thanks everyone for joining us live. Thanks to those that have listened back on all audio platforms. Cheers to Anarchy Brewery for hosting us. You can grab yourself some Shearers Brew in the link in the description, and every can does get a donation towards the Alan Shearer Foundation. Cheers everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy yourself.
Man United or Everton?
Draw. Actually, I think Everton. Let's go find out.